Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.
This is UMAR AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global via Zoom. I'm joined by Hall of Fame promoter Frank Warren. Frank, huge news today. Dubois-Joyce is on. We finally got it.
Yeah, well, it's always been on, but it was how we were going to do it. And we're going to do it behind closed doors. That's unfortunate for the gate and live fans, but it is what it is. And I don't see anything changing in the foreseeable future. So we spoke to both of the guys. They want to fight each other. And we've reached an accommodation between everybody, and the fight will be on.
How difficult was it to reach those terms?
Well, it's not that they wanted it. I mean, they both want it. They wanted to fight it. I mean, it's funny, over the years, I've dealt with loads of boxers about, with fights and making fights. But these two guys genuinely want to fight each other. They genuinely both believe they've got the beating of each other. And that wasn't very hard. It was just obviously making some adjustments because we lost the live gate. But we're there and we're on with it.
Can you give us a date on this, Frank, please?
We're announcing the date next week. It'll be one of 3 dates. That'll take place late November or in December.
And I'm guessing it's going to either be the BT studio or your call, one of the two.
Well, it'll be whatever it is. It'll be in some sort of form of studio because that's all we can go with in this day and age.
Yeah, a cracking fight for me, Frank. I think a lot of boxing fans would agree. Just break it down. Obviously, they're both your guys, but break it down. How do you think it goes?
Well, when Sam Jones and I had we got quite opposite opinions who's going to win the fight. I think that youth will prevail. He feels that experience will prevail. One thing for sure, we're now going to find out when they get into the ring together.
We will do. We can't wait for that one. Let me ask you about another potential fight that looks like it's going to be announced soon. We're waiting for it still. Anthony Yarde and Lyndon Arthur. Where are we with that one, Frank?
Well, we've virtually got the fight done, and I'm hoping next week we will get it all signed up, and we'll be announcing that as well. We're not far off of getting it over the line.
Okay, and the same question in regards to the rematch with Denzel Bentley and Mark Efron.
That's a done deal. Again, we'll announce the date next week, but that's a done deal, and that's a cracker. I mean, that fight is such a shame. I know it's a shame, obviously, we're behind closed doors, but that deserved a live audience. It was such a brilliant fight, and I'm really looking forward to the rematch. So many people have got different opinions who won the fight. So many different people, and obviously the judges scored it a draw, and I thought it was very good. I think it would have gone either way. But next time round, I'm sure one of them will be looking to make a statement and win the fight emphatically. Will
that rematch headline its own card?
That we don't know yet. We're working on all this stuff, but next week we will, absolutely next week, give confirmation to dates, venues for all these fights.
I mean, whether it doesn't or does, it isn't the point. But I think that rematch is big enough now. It could headline its own card. It's that big.
I agree with you. I agree. Well, it would do, wouldn't it? Under normal circumstances, that's what we would be doing. But we will see where we are. But it's more than capable of doing that. It was a fantastic fight.
Now, Frank, I understand there's some updates or news regarding Tommy Fury as well. What can you tell me?
Tommy will be out. He'll be fighting on one of these shows. I want to keep him busy now. He's been out for a while for obvious reasons. He's obviously had a lot of commitments after his session in Love Island, and now though he's on me.
Frank, sorry, we lost you there for about 30 seconds. What were you saying about Tommy?
Yeah, you froze up there. I could see you, but you all froze. Go on, mate.
Same with you. So, yeah, just maybe repeat what you said about Tommy Fury, please. Try that again.
Tommy, as you know, obviously through his commitments from Love Island, he's not been as active as I'd certainly like him to be. But he will be. He'll be out on on one of those shows, or maybe two of those shows. We want to keep him busy. He's made it very clear what his priority is, which is boxing. He's got a long way to go. He's pretty much a novice, so we've got to give him a lot of experience. And I spoke to his dad, John, and between us, we're going to make sure that happens.
Let's talk about Tyson Fury now. I'm sure you would have listened to his rant on TalkSport yesterday, where he said, if Wilder's messing about, let's just get this fight with Joshua on in the UK. Have you spoken to him about this, Frank?
Well, of course I did. I speak to him nearly every day. He wasn't. I don't think he was complaining about Wilder not getting it on. It's the fact that we're struggling, and the promoters struggling to get it on because we lost the live gate. No live gate. The event was the highest-grossing heavyweight gate ever in Vegas. So it's nearly $20 million. So it's a massive hole to make up. And obviously the guys want to get well paid for such a significant fight for this stage of their careers. But at the moment, it's tough. Especially in America, they've got the American, American football, or some of the American sports are now back on. So that's clogging up the networks. And obviously, the major problem is that we can't get a live gate. So we're trying hard to make it work. If we can't, Tyson has made it very clear, as you heard broadcast yesterday on TalkSport Radio, that he wants to fight. So our job is to deliver him a fight.
Okay. If not Wilder, though, because of this problems with the NFL, etc., and the networks being clogged up, and it's not Joshua, what are we looking at then?
Well, we haven't. I'll be honest. No one's even looked at that. We've not even contemplated that because all we've been doing is focusing on the rematch. But if that's the case, then we have to look and obviously work very quickly to come up with something.
Okay, so I'm in the bubble here. Of course, we found out yesterday that Eddie Hearn had to go home because he tested positive for COVID-19. And we know he revealed that you had a meeting with him next week. So what's going to happen now? Are you going to reschedule this?
The things he'll do to get out of a meeting. Listen, we wish him well and I hope he recovers. And when he recovers, I'm sure we'll get the meeting back on. He sent a message yesterday saying that. So I wish him well. Anybody who gets caught with this terrible illness, you've got to hope they come through it. And as I say, hope for him and his family that he comes through it and we can get our meeting on and do all the things that we've been talking about doing. And it seems there's a mutual understanding to make that happen. So get well soon and then we can meet up.
Yeah, I echo that, Frank. Best wishes go to him. So, but the positive news from that is that there was a meeting in place next week. Yes, there was. I mean, I've not mentioned it to anybody and I've kept it very quiet because I just wanted it to happen. I didn't want anything to ruin it. And it's such a shame. It's such a shame it's not happening. But it will happen, in a good 2 or 3 weeks' time because obviously he'll be locked down now for the next 2 weeks. Next, whenever you reschedule it, can you just slip me the address on WhatsApp and I just might film it from somewhere if that's all right?
Listen, what we do, we'll book somewhere where they've got a big plant pot with a nice big palm and you can get behind it. That's the one.
Talking about Eddie, he went on his Instagram today and was talking about a potential fight between Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo. What do you think about that, considering Liam Williams, your guy's mandatory? They want to make this Andrade-Charlo fight.
Well, I can understand why he's saying that. But as you just said, Liam's the mandatory. That's the next fight. Liam's providing Liam doesn't come unstuck next week. That's the fight. We've been pushing for it. And in the meantime, Liam's been out of action for a long time now. So he's going to have his fight. And that's the next fight after that. He comes through his fight of his mandatory defence that the British Boxing Board of Control have ordered. He comes through that. The next one will be Andrade. Nothing in between.
Okay. We look forward to Liam Williams' fight next week. I'll see you there, Frank. Listen, thanks for your time, and also thanks for getting this Dubois-Joyce fight on in difficult circumstances. Same with Eddie. He's doing Usyk-Chisora again without a gate, and we know both Dubois-Joyce and Usyk-Chisora would have produced a huge gate. So well done to the pair of you for getting these fights on. As much as we are, I've never met him, as much as we are rivals and so forth, I think between us and everybody in boxing, Board of Control, other promoters,
we're really working hard between all of us to keep the sport relevant, and I think, you know, everyone's done a great job, and that's all about the sport pulling together. And hopefully some better things will come from it in the future.
Definitely. All right, Frank Warren, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. We will catch up soon, all right?
Thanks well, mate.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye, Frank.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.